Well, one of the feel-good holiday campaigns of the year, in a year that has not a lot of feel-good moments, is called Santa Isn't Cancelled. It's put on by a local artist you may recognize. Marianne Vander Dussen is looking to brighten the season for children and seniors, and you can get involved from the comfort and safety of your own home. Here's Clarke.
This part of the Santa Isn't Cancelled campaign is all about reaching people in long-term care homes who may have already been struggling with isolation and loneliness, and then COVID came and compounded that and made it exponentially worse. And so my big concern was that people would not feel valued or loved or cared for during Christmas, which is heartbreaking. And so my initial thought was, how can we reach out to those people? How do we make them feel special and recognize their dignity? And so I thought receiving Christmas cards is one of my grandparents' greatest joys. And so I figured, why not offer a course or a class on how to make Christmas cards? And then what we'll do is we'll do it en masse, invite as many people as we can to participate, and then send those cards to a long-term care home or a retirement home. And the nice thing about this being offered online is that I've had schools from Halton and the Peel districts reach out to me and say, I would really like my school to participate. And so they're going to partner with long-term care homes in their communities. And my goal, as lofty as it is to make sure that every single resident of a long-term care home has something to open from the community on Christmas.
Now the card set up to the easel over your right shoulder there. What supplies do people need to kind of create something as cool looking as that?
So it's actually nice and basic. I have used limited palettes for both so that people, if you don't have these supplies on hand, you don't need to worry. You just need to substitute to the best of your ability. So if you want a full list of all of the supplies, you can just go to my website, which is mariannevanderdussen.com. But if you want a quick rundown for the acrylic painting card, you'll need a limited palette of red, yellow, blue, black and white. So your primaries, black and white. For your watercolors, you can see here that I've just used the primaries, and you can just use the primaries on both of those watercolor cards. You'll also need either watercolor paper or a watercolor specific card, some brushes, some water, and that's basically it.
And one of the things that might stop someone from doing this is someone thinking, well, I've never painted before. So how would you kind of shift that mindset for them?
So there's a few things. Number one is that I'm going to walk you through step by step. And so I have taught thousands of people how to paint at this point, and I'm fairly confident that if you are able to follow this step by step by step, and the nice thing about it being taught online is that you can pause the video, you can take your time, and you can really enjoy the process. The second thing is that we're always our own worst critics. And that at the end of the day, the message is for someone to open a card that's made with love, not necessarily skill. And so if that is what is holding you back, I'm going to invite you to just shelve your concerns, shelve the ego, and think about the joy that you could provide to someone by showing that you took time out of your busy day to think about a stranger.